Hey, welcome to the series Annoying Managers. Now before we get into the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And now without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, now entering Lil J, the Diddler, aka the Butcher. Now this manager, one of the most annoying managers I ever actually worked with. And let's enter into our first topic, which is alright, so before we get started, if you want an idea of what the Butcher looks like, here's a picture right here. Okay, now, meat riding the Butcher. He used to really annoy me with this because when I first transferred around the time when I was scanning the truck, I had a couple of new hires, so they didn't know what they were doing. So naturally, they're slow, and we're handling ICs, so big heavy packages, on a 53-foot long truck. So naturally, we're gonna be slow. Now, the Butcher came up to me and was like,
You know you've been in this truck all day, right?
I was like, yeah, I'm aware. He's like,
You the scanner, you the head of the team. You're supposed to tell them to speed up. So if anything happens, I'm coming to you.
so I'm like, okay, I'm the scanner, head of the team. I guess it's my fault for moving slow. Can't really control their pace. I already told them to hurry up or speed it up, and they was like, all right, and they're still moving slow, so out of my control. I can't make them pick up the boxes for them, so it's whatever. Okay, I get it. Scanner, head of the team, he comes to me first. All right, that's cool. Then next scenario, I wasn't scanning. Then he went up to me, talking about,
Why you moving so slow? What's going on? Why you moving so slow?
and I'm like, nah, I don't have the scanner in my hands. Talk to the scanner. Then he coming back with,
Oh, you should ask for help. Why you not asking for help? Why you not asking me for help, man?
I'm like, bro, what does this guy want from me? Like, come on, what's so special about me? This is what I'm talking about, meat writing. Like, what is so special about me for him to come up to me? I don't even really know the dude like that. So basically, I didn't have help, so it took the truck longer than usual to finish. But then I realized we are short-staffed because he walked past my truck a couple of times and he didn't send help because he's a manager. So I assume he didn't have help. I told him that and he's making a whole bunch of excuses.
I don't know if people going to the bathroom, people coming in late.
It was like 7 p.m. Nobody was coming in. He's just making a whole bunch of excuses. I was like, all right, bro, whatever. I don't know what's up with him with this meat writing thing. Something special about me, or whatever, right? I don't know. Dude he works in Wilton Manors, the Butcher, and he really like sucking on lollipops. Not lollipops, ice pops. So I don't know. Sky's the limit. So now what's really annoying is that now I'm working in the truck, and this dude is standing right behind me with his arms crossed, just staring at me, watching me work. And I get really annoyed. Like, I really hate that. So I'm like, yo, what's good? What's up? He's like,
Do you know how you know if you're moving fast in the truck or not?
I'm like, by the spaces in between the box.
Very good.
I'm like, bro, the whole time he was working, the belt was full. And he was like,
Or if your skin is just there chilling, you're not moving fast enough.
I'm like, bro, the boxes is full to the brim with belts. There's no more space. I can't make more space for her to scan faster. The belt's just moving too slow. So that's when I realized, yeah, he's just a meat writer. He's one of those meat writing managers. It's whatever. But on to the next topic. Yes, so let me explain the name The Butcher, right? So the way he got the name The Butcher is because there's an area he used to live in or work in, whichever it is. He worked with a lot of Pride people. Now, the way I found that out is because I was talking about Pride people saying like, yeah, man, they're like the neatest people I ever met. Then The Butcher came in.
No, what are you talking about, man? I worked around a lot of Pride people. They were almost dirtiest motherfuckers ever.
So whenever like the topic of Pride people comes up, he always has some experience or some knowledge. He always knows where they located at because there's a city in the state I live in, which there's a lot of Pride people live in the area, and he just knows where all the Pride people are at. So it's kind of getting suspicious. I'm like, yo, Butcher, why you always know where all the Pride people be at? It's kind of weird. He knows a little bit too much about that. So since he worked in the area with a bunch of Pride people, it was like a restaurant job. That's why I gave him the name The Butcher. Whatever meat he wants, he got it, and if he don't got it, he sure as hell will try to get it. So him being a sassy or a diva, he just really feminine. He got a lot of feminine tendencies, which kind of just weirds me out. Like one time he called me Sunshine. I'm like, bro, what's good with you? Like, why are you calling me that? He's like,
Yeah, I'm calling you that. That's how I'm coming now. Fuck around, find out.
that's his favorite saying. Fucking around, find out. And I don't know what he meant by that, but I don't even want to find out what he meant by that. So whenever you give the morning announcements, the meeting before we start work, he sounds like your aunt or Medea movie. It's just like, it's so over the top, so sassy for no reason. He acts like a mom or whatnot. It gets kind of annoying because he does the same thing every morning. It's whatever. A lot of times he be on that time of the month, it seems like. But he be doing a lot of suspect things. Hence calling people like me Sunshine. Or when he calls you over, he likes to call you over with like one finger. Like call you over like that, which is like, yeah, like, well, as a grown man, you should not be calling another grown man over like that. Even one moment, because we get into a lot of arguments in a room, he said that I like to change arguments to benefit me. And I'm like, well, that's how arguments works. But you do the same thing. He's like,
No, I don't. How do I do that?
then he gave me this look, this such zesty look, and it was just too zesty that I had to just leave the room. I was like, whatever, Butcher, you got it. I'll leave you alone. You won. This ought to be the most annoying part about him. The man swear he's like the hardest nigga alive, bro. We be talking about something so irrelevant, like I'll say, yeah, I shot a 3 on somebody and I made it. Then he come out of nowhere and be like,
oh, if it was me, I bet you I put 2 bullets in your ass. Fuck around, find out.
yeah, so one thing about him, he always talking about shooting somebody or shooting me because he's a shooter like that. So he basically portrayed himself as he stands on business, right? So he's telling me a story how he was at the parking lot and some dude tried him, but he basically backed down because of his kids, right? So I'm like, yo, I thought you stand on business. He's like,
You understand? When you got kids, you look at life differently. You're not gonna crash out over something little like that.
I was like, okay, you said you was standing on business no matter what, but now you, I guess, peacemaker, right? So I was talking to my man's Italian Hitler. Yeah, you know Butcher, man. He's like Mr. Cup Shuffle. You never know what you're gonna get with him. I was like, facts. One day he's Joseph Stalin, next day he's Mahatma Gandhi. You never know. He's pro-life, but he shoot niggas. Not only he shoot people, and he's a world peacemaker, Nobel Prize winner, he also is a martial artist. He's John Jones, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, all that combined. He's the best fighter in the world. Now, he was telling me he does the martial arts Muay Thai, right? And yes, if he was paying attention, I say Muay Thai, because that's how you pronounce it, Muay Thai. Now, I never did Muay Thai in my life, but even I knew that's pronounced as Muay Thai. So I find it really odd that a person that does Muay Thai for years, you've never known to pronounce it properly. I find it a little suspicious. Call it what you may. I don't know. I'm not really buying that. I find it really weird that you didn't know how to pronounce that. Like, who taught you that? Whoever taught you that was scamming you. And apparently he was such a bad guy, such a rebel, but you know the reason why I don't buy it. Because if you're such a bad guy, such a badass, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be able to work with people in the warehouse if you was really like that. You understand? Like, a real dude, what you describe that you way you are, you would be in prison. There's no way you could work with people the way you are. You're too level-headed. You're too smart to be that guy. That's why I don't buy it from him. He's the quote-unquote tough guy. That's why I troll him all the time, because it's hilarious. Which is the next topic, which is the last topic. Now, I never met somebody that was so good at being wrong. Like, the Butcher is always wrong for most things. And you know me, I'm gonna let you know that you're wrong. Like, the Butcher be talking about stuff that he has no idea, not even a clue of what he's talking about. And it really blows my mind. For instance, one time he said that the women to men ratio in America is 1 to 9. 1 to 9. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not even close. Usually the women to men ratio is close to 50%. And the highest differential is in Nepal, which is 45 to 55%. Then I say, find me on the internet where you see that it's a 1 to 9 ratio in America. He's like,
yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna look at it right now.
I was like, alright, yeah, take your time. Then never gets to it, and I show him myself that he's wrong, and he gets so mad. He's like,
oh, you always looking everything up on Google. How about you look at sucking beef on Google?
Odd choice of words. Well, I expect nothing less from the Butcher from Wilton Manors. The Butcher's a terrible debater. Whenever we in a debate, and most of the time he loses, pretty much every time he loses, he goes straight to ad hominem. If you don't know what that is, ad hominem is when you attack the person personally instead of the point that you're trying to make. Which he does all the time because he hates being wrong, even though he's wrong all the time. And I let him know, which I'm pretty much the only person that lets him know. Like, even older managers around us, they can't help but laugh because most of the time I be making fun of him because I find him annoying for that reason. Even another time when I just be trolling him because I walked into the room and he told me something about, since I'm black in America, I'm lucky that I'm not in prison. And I was like, what are you talking about? Then we going back and forth a little bit, and I was like, hey Butcher, do you know what lucky means?
I don't care if I know what it means. I don't have to know what it means.
I'm like, okay, so this whole argument is pointless. And I was like, Butcher, you're too old for me to explain you the logistics of probability. So I just left it at that. And all the managers was weak, and then he's hollering and stuff.
Bruh, I ain't gonna say it to you, bruh. You know, Clark, you know you smart and all, but you be saying some dumb shit sometime.
Then I'll be like, Butcher, I think you're projecting. Alright, that's all I have for today. Tune in next week where I'll be talking about Broward County. Alright, later.